Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. The best-selling tuner just got even better. Woohoo! So what do they say? New faster chip, new brighter display. Okay, so let's check it out. So I got my Telecaster out here, just so we have a bit of an example. And voila. Okay, I'm in. Definitely a lot brighter display. A lot wider centerpiece on this one too compared to the last tuners, okay? That really holds well. Holy cow. That string was still vibrating. Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty good and solid. I like that. Let's compare it to my red one here, which is a little older version. Wow, now that holds well. That's a perfectly in tune note for sure. Just sustains forever. There we go. So you'll notice the old version, you can actually see little divider lines here where it's all popped together, you know, assembled. These things, you can drop them. I've done a drop test from like 9 feet a couple times. The most I did was, you know, pop the battery thing open a little bit. No big deal. These are good tuners. I really love the red ones the most. But these new blue ones, they're even nicer. And I love the blue. I wish I had a guitar of this color of blue. That's almost like an electric blue. That's really sick. The nice thing too is no metronome garbage on this. However, there is a bit of a drawback. You get one tuning mode. That's it. So you have to memorize all your tuning modes. Where the red ones, you can actually change your tunings, right? Plus you also have metronome, which is absolutely stupid anyways on this thing, because A, it doesn't make any sound. B, it's just plain out stupid. But this will do different tuning modes where the blue one does not. However, if you look at the way the blue one's constructed, there's these heavy-duty collars, and they're kind of rubberized too. Like they're pretty good quality. So we're not going to have to worry about these things popping apart too easily on us. Not that the red ones do anyways. The red ones are actually a really good one. But this is even better because it's like probably about 5 times or more stronger built than the red ones. So we definitely got to give some kudos here. And you know, this was like $22.99 Canadian at Long McQuaid. So I picked one of these up during Jack's Attic month, or not Jack's Attic month, Jack's Attic sale, for the weekend sale. And I thought, okay, well, I'm in, I'll give it a try. You know, they got a little bit different color. Now I also have a similar thing in black. Okay, now the black one here has the same reinforcement collars, which is nice. But this also supports the different tunings. But this is also rechargeable, which is also really nice because it even tells you the charge level. I've had this one for quite a long time, and I still am on the first charge. I still have not killed the battery even once yet. So it's doing really flipping good. So it's only had like one cycle in I don't know how many months I've had this thing now. But if we look at the tuning here, so that's showing a little sharp. Now we probably may see the same thing here on the blue one. And we don't. We actually see that it says in tune, right? So this is a good solid one. The red one, we're in tune. The black one, well, now the black one, the black one is still reading that we're a little on the high side. Now it says we're in tune. Okay, so we've moved the string enough to, it dropped enough that it now says it's in tune, or it was reading a little sharp. I find that this one is actually a really good tuner overall, but sometimes it can be a little finicky as far as dead on accuracy goes. It really makes you work for that right bang on tuning, right? Which, I mean, I try to be as precise on tuning as everybody else. Definitely precise, right? This one will kind of make you work for it a little bit, but otherwise it's generally really good. But I like this one here because it does support different tuning modes where the new blue one does not. So if you're not a person who gets into different tuning modes, this blue one would work out really well for you. But keep in mind the blue one is also not rechargeable. You will have to replace the battery when it dies. That is part of the game, okay? The black one right now is the only one that Snark has that I'm aware of that is actually rechargeable, and which is fine, you know. But I mean, once it's done all of its life cycles that it can possibly ever handle, it will one day die. But it could still last you for years either way. Like I said, I'm still on my very first charge, and the battery is still full after using this quite often. So that's actually good. So it does have a good longevity when it comes to a single charge even. So you'll definitely save a lot of money on batteries going with the black one and get the different tuning modes. But it is a little bit more highly sensitive in comparison to the black one or the red one. So, and like I said, the red one has tuning modes, the blue one does not. But you know what? It doesn't really matter. Most of what I do is standard tuning anyways, especially when it comes to church stuff. We're definitely all in standard tuning, so this works perfect for that use. If I want different tuning modes, I have the red, or I have the rechargeable one, or I've even got my Behringer rack tuner, which has all kinds of different bells and whistles that none of these things have. So either way, good tuner though for $22.99. Definitely would recommend it. It is nice. It does have a very bright display. Definitely brighter than the red one for sure. Okay, definitely a very accurate tuner. So can't really say anything bad about it. And having the reinforcement collars in these things now, that was a really nice upgrade from Snark. You know, it actually kind of reminds me of what GE did. We've got a GE dryer. I gotta tell you the story because it's hilarious. GE, the one dial on our dryer, which is the one where you set the thing, really stiff to turn that knob for the timer. I have no idea why they have to be that stiff. It's like, you know what I mean? And it's like, and the knob broke on us, right? So kind of picture this. This is the old system, right? With the split. Basically, that would be like our GE dryer knob. It broke on us, right, after a certain amount of use, right? So GE had to do an upgrade. They had to fix the problem, right? So it's like, okay, so what they do? They put a collar over top, a steel collar, and a pretty decent one at that too. So now it'll never break again is the idea. And that, I guess, is the idea behind the Snark design, is with this new collar system, it is definitely going to make this about 500% stronger, more durable, because people tend to kick their stuff around a lot. I drop my tuners, my students use my tuners, and you know, it can drop, who cares, you know what, big deal, right? It's in and out of my gig bag all the time. One of my red ones was due to a gig bag thing, another one was due to stupidity, of course. Don't stand on your tuners, don't sit on them, won't go well for the tuner. And so my two red ones, I can't turn this anymore, it's crazy glued together, but at least the bottom is perfectly fine, so no big deal, I can still use it. But it took an awful lot of force to actually cause that damage, but overall, I mean, I've dropped these things from 9 feet for you guys on video, and no damage to the tuner itself. So I think all we did was pop the battery cover a little, and that was it. So no big deal, right? But they won't take massive kind of abuse that I ended up putting my two red ones through. So just make a mental note. Don't sit on them. Don't stand on them. Don't crush them in stuff in your gig bag, because yeah, things can go wrong. This, on the other hand, that's going to be a lot more durable for you. But if you want the tuning modes and rechargeable version, they do have the black one, also very good. Just it's a little bit more sensitive when it comes to being that whole dead on thing. This actually has a little bit of forgiveness for you, and you are still definitely in tune, no problems. So anyway, I definitely give it a good 4.5 out of 5. definitely these things are worth the money too, no matter which way you go, rechargeable or not, blue or red, whatever turns your fancy. They are good tuners, they do work well. I would never personally though suggest or use a Snark tuner ever for trying to set your intonation. They are good, but they are not that good, okay? So they're good enough to tune your guitar without any problem, but they are not good enough when it comes to setting up your intonation. They're just not suitable for that purpose. They are not accurate enough, okay? So, but other than that, fantastic tuner. Check out your local Long McQuade. Check Amazon, see if Amazon has them. Guitar Center, wherever they carry Snark tuners, check them out. Snark also has a oh, excuse me. They also have a pedal board tuner as well that I saw. I haven't tried it out though. I might take a spin on it and see what it's like and even see if it can do intonation, right? Because I'm still looking for an even better type of tuner that can set intonation without any issues. So, you know, it's kind of one of those things where I want to get away from my older type of tuners for doing that with, get into something a lot more modern, a lot more faster, more pinpoint accurate, that sort of thing. Not that I've had any issues, but you know what? Stuff gets old to a certain point and one day it's going to die on you, then what happens? You're kind of lost, right? So I want to try and get something ahead of the game, but also see what else is out there that's not going to cost me an arm and a leg either, and that I can tell you fine folk about to see if you're interested in buying something and you can set up your own intonation on your guitars with something that's really good to do it with. Anyways, in the meantime, thanks so much for watching, guys, and staying tuned, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya!